to that again. Not as an interpreter, as a moderator. I think I will introduce my two other heads, the co-president of China Silicon Valley and the president of Hanhai Investment, and also the founding partner of an angel fund called Zipar Venture. So today, I think I will briefly introduce what we have been doing from the Hanhai Investment part and this angel investment. So as some of you might have known that we acquired a building that's about 80,000 square feet in San Jose in February last year. And the deal was signed in front of Mr. Biden and Mr. Xi, the Vice President and the President of China, who visited the States in February last year. And we had a grand opening on June the 20th last year. Now, within 1 year and 3 months, we have developed 85 portfolio companies in our technology park, which is focusing on IT industry. And we have 5,000 plus entrepreneurs on mailing list. And also on angel investment side, that we have seen 500 plus business plans and have invested into 12 companies. So today, actually, you just saw what the investors said, that they are all investors from Hanhai. They just finished, we have demo day event this morning. They came over here to support this event. And also next, I'm going to introduce 4 of the Hanhai's portfolio companies to be on stage and to show our audience that how do they think, what they have done in penetrating China market and what's their experience and hurdles there. So first I'd like to invite Tony, and then Brio Wang, and then Charlie, and then Jimmy Wang. I know that the companies, more and more companies more and more companies are trying to penetrate China market and the different size, small, medium, and big company. So the incubator side, we have small and medium companies, and we have graduate companies. They're already in China. I cannot call them back over the weekend to join this event. But for the companies here, they're still on their way to set up their presence in China. Or some of them, they already have an operation team in China, like Jimmy Wang's People Power. So I think first, I'd like to have them to introduce themselves and their company in about 2 to 3 minutes. And then I have a few questions. And the last, I would encourage all the distinguished guests to ask your questions.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'd like to discuss about bridging the US and China's market from the gaming perspective. So everybody, I think today have got a lot of numbers, how big the China's market is and how many people are using the mobile devices, for example. 1.1 billion people are using mobile devices. And in 2013, there will be generating 1.2 billion US dollars in this mobile market alone. So if you're thinking, oh, China, here I come, you just jump into the Chinese market, maybe you will die very soon. So this is what we can help you. There are some interesting facts. Everybody knows there was Great Wall in China before to defend the other enemies of China. But now there is a great firewall. And Google, Facebook, YouTube, a lot of companies are actually banned in China. And if you want to enter the Chinese market and if you want to enter the gaming mobile market, you have to understand it's totally different from how you operate business in US. Here, if you do mobile games, pretty much you're only doing App Store for Apple, and you're going to Google Play for your Android apps. However, in China, there's one App Store, and there are 91.com other companies that you can do your apps, iOS apps, not just App Store. And for Android market, there are more than 400 channels for you to launch your apps in. So you have to understand it's very different to run business in China than in US. Here is what we can help you. We are founded in Palo Alto in 2010. We have deep root in the gaming industry in China and in US. We are the first publisher of games from US to China and from China to the Facebook. And we have won some prizes in US and in China. We have been a decisive factor in helping a published game to grow from 60K to 1.6 million in half a year on Facebook. Our team is comprised of gaming veterans, and we have strong advisor board in the industry. This demonstrates what we can do in mobile. We can help you grow big and help you with faster localization and stay on top of the market. And in web, we can help you not only in China but also here on Facebook to grow big. When we come into picture here is how we can turn the curve. And after this, I'd like to bring you a game that we are publishing. Have some fun. Game developed by a Chinese gaming company. We're going to be their exclusive publisher in US. If you look at this, you would think this is an Xbox game, but actually it's a browser game. You don't have to play this in your living room. You can play it anywhere as long as you have a browser and internet. You can decal your car any way you want. And also racing on a roller coaster. Have you ever dreamed about that? With your friends. We're very excited about this opportunity, and we couldn't achieve this without the help of Hanhai. They have a big root in China, and they have bridged us and some Chinese game developers. Thank you. It's another game developed by us. Halloween is coming, so you can have fun with it. It's called Videos on Facebook. And by the way, we are looking for funding. Since we are publishing such great games, we need funding to make them big. And then your ROI on the games is about 2 months. So it's much faster than any other investment you're going to make.
Hello everybody, my name is Brill. I'm a recent graduate from Stanford Department of Chemical Engineering. My company is called Polymer Green. We change the world's most painful waste plastic, mixed low grade, into green fuel. So this is the cross-border business summit. So I will basically introduce a little bit of our background. So me and my partner, we started to provide this technology to a local businessman in China, and he invested 40 million Chinese yuan since 2011, and now the technology is ready, so that we know a little bit of how to deal with local businessmen. And we are doing marketing in the US, so we also know a little bit about the US. So I would like to share with you about my experience after the meeting, if you like. And this is the problem. So we have these many waste plastic generated in 2011 in the US. Only 8% is recycled. And in China, we see the amount is lower, but more are recycled because the US exported 25% to China. And now we are building the green wall that we are stopping that, but US is exporting to Vietnam instead. So this is the current treatment. We have landfill, we have incineration, we have recycling. And currently our target is at this landfill because we can treat mixed low-grade plastic. This is the markets in the US. We're targeting at the metal recycling companies because after they recycle the metal, basically only plastic left. And then they pay $65 per ton to landfill those plastic. To us, is $0, and we make value. In China, we are currently using the recycled paper mill with plastics. And this is the business model. Basically, we can build, own, and operate ourselves, or we can provide the equipment to the recycler, and then they sell the oil, and then they pay us for their service. This is a solution, very complicated, so I will just go through very quick. So the plastic comes into the reactor, do a catalytic pyrolysis process, and we get naphtha and diesel. This is current stage. We have a pilot plant in Hangzhou, the one I talked about. The capacity is 20 tons of waste plastic per process every day, and we get 10 tons. So basically 50% of fuel we get. And our diesel is qualified for minus number 10. So one of the best quality diesel based to China standard. And this is the plant. We are feeding the waste plastic in, and this is the drain segment. And now it's feeding in here. This is the blue thing is the reactor, and in here it gets separated. The fuel gas gets in here and goes to the liquid cooling. And in the bottom, the catalyst go back. And now our worker is adjusting the tool. And then we see the fuel, the synthetic crude oil comes out. It's actually better than the actual crude oil, but more. This is the carbon black that we get as a residue. We are selling at 200 yuan per ton. This is where we store the oil. This is the technology differentiators, very complicated. I'll just go through this a little bit. Basically it's the catalyst and also the energy payback ratio. We have these comparisons with our competitors about the technology. Also, this is our cost, very low, that we can resist a reduce of the price of the international oil price. Even though it goes to 70, we are still profitable, better than other competitors. This is the financial. We are looking for $4 million US at current stage. 2 million is already someone already showed interest. So we are looking for another 2 million. This is the whole managing team. Basically that's everything I get. So reach me at Wang GPS@gmail. Thank you, guys.
Wow, that's exciting.
Good luck for the Niners, they're losing, so maybe they.
No, I can start. It's okay. After that exciting start, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my company too. So very quickly, well, in the the service area, there's two things are changing. From the wireline side, everything is from everyone talking about triple play to connected homes. So you get all kinds of products on the market, from the thermostat to cameras to meters. Raspberry is making a huge impact. On the other side, 4G with e-health coming in. You have all the wristbands, Samsung watches, smart cars, smart fridge, just key tags, everything you can name it. What's actually, everyone is focusing on a little vertical niche that everyone's looking. So what we think it needs is actually a platform that actually could eventually manage all these devices that are showing up. So at this point, rather than, obviously if you go open source or find something, the biggest challenge I think everyone facing will be how do you prove it is scalable? Everyone talking about the numbers, we're talking about billions of devices need to be managed. So the solution is start with something that's already mature. So we are in the process of purchasing a company, a platform, a past platform already used by Verizon, already used by Moxie, by OnStar, by InAccess, by Octalucent, and by Dune. So the solution we're thinking is start with something already proven that scale to millions and millions of users. Then all you need to do is find a customer, which we already did in the US. I was going to cover that a little bit later on. I'll do a quick intro of our team. So the team actually is just 4 founders. The one is Richard Chatay. He made his fame as running the American fund in the early 70s and 80s. So he made billions back then. So he's our founder. David Needham is he's a VP of AT&T. The last job he had was as Chief Operating Officer for a company, a wireless company. Jim Hunter is he's actually expert in the industry. He's founded multiple companies, sold to Motorola, and all the different places. And myself, I just recently left Huawei after 6 years. And so we think this is the area that is really getting a lot of attention. And so the plan is very easy. We're going to launch the PaaS platform in the US. And our customer, with 20 million subs, they're paying for the development. So everything should be up and running in six months or so. So after that, I'm already talking with China Mobile and China Telecom, and they show a high degree of interest also launching the service. So all we need to do is do a cookie cutter model, take what we're actually working here, and then apply the local innovation in China and make it work. And that's the last slide.
Thank you, Shani. Jim?
I'm Gene Wang, and thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm very happy to have the invitation from Victor at Hanhai. I think it's a fantastic thing what Hanhai is doing to bring Silicon Valley startups into China. I really appreciate the opportunity to enter really into the largest market in the world. And as Charlie just said, the Internet of Everything space is gigantic. We're moving from an era where the Internet was, about computers browsing websites to a world that's 10 times bigger, where really every device, whether it's a meter or a plug or an appliance or a car, every home, every building, every street will be connected to the internet, and it is a gigantic opportunity. At People Power, we're working on award-winning apps and a developer platform for homes and buildings to improve safety, efficiency, and save money. And we are getting amazing traction. In fact, last weekend, we were in the Wall Street Journal. And the weekend before, we were actually on the Today Show, which was amazing. We got so much traffic for our app called Presence. So a little bit different from what Charlie was talking about. We have an end-user, very popular app. I hope all of you check it out. It's free, so the price is right. Download Presence, and it turns your old iOS device into a free Wi-Fi video camera with built-in motion detection. You can watch your kids, watch your pets, protect your home, make sure nobody steals your car. People are using it for all kinds of things, from keeping burglars from breaking into their warehouse to watching their elderly relative who is sick at home, to making sure what I use it for is making sure my kids come home safely from school, because they walk home from school, and I want to be notified if they don't make it home on time. So lots and lots of usage. We have really, and thank you to Thai. We actually were one of the Thai 50 winners this year for Presence, and because it's a gigantic space. And what we have underlying our Presence application is what we call the IoE platform, the Internet of Things platform that we've built ourselves. This is a unique platform in that we have both a mobile side as well as a cloud platform comprising of 3 layers: a presentation layer, an analytics layer, and a connectivity layer. And we are connecting to a wide range of devices, from, you can see, robots, a robot at the far left, a smart plug, a thermostat, an occupancy sensor. We are actually in the Huawei router, as mentioned Huawei. We're also in set-top boxes. We are also doing door locks and lights and meters and so on. And we're bringing this all to our unique angle, because I think the Internet of Everything is going to be just a gigantic revolution in how we do computing. We want to bring it all to the smartphone. So we want to turn the smartphone into the universal remote controller for the Internet of Everything. And we are combining these award-winning mobile user experiences with a wide range of devices. Now, just